Good evening, you're watching government-funded news. Not yet satisfied with the diminished level of Canada's reputation, the government discovered an innovative new way on Friday to embarrass us all further. During Ukrainian President Zelensky's visit to Ottawa on Friday, MPs honored a 98-year-old Ukrainian veteran who the Speaker of the House introduced as a Canadian war hero for fighting Russians in the Second World War. Right, the Russians helped us defeat the Nazis. So if he was fighting the Russians, wouldn't that imply he's a Nazi? You can't expect the leaders of our country to know all the little inconsequential details, like who we happen to be allied with during one of the largest wars in the history of the world.
I used to hate history, didn't you? It's all just a load of stuff that's already happened. What are they doing over there?
Thousands of Canadians gathered in Ottawa last week and other cities across the country to express their hateful anti-LGS2+QIAZ views that a kindergarten teacher shouldn't be able to choose your child's gender for them. Now, that is so hateful. It is hard to believe that there are so many disgusting bigots living in Canada, and honestly, what are they even objecting to? It's ludicrous. To show how baseless the claims of these protesters are, we've compiled a quick montage of some fine, upstanding etc. Educators discussing their passion for the role.
And I found my own love, and that's okay, and I think everybody should be allowed to do that, and that's what I fucking teach in the classroom, okay? I always say give it to your friend, not your mom, because fuck your mom.
So, I first came out to my students as non-binary in 2015.
I said the idea of he and she is just a myth, you see.
My name is Teacher Roby. I am non-binary. I use they, them pronouns. For example, they are a great art teacher. They taught us how to draw stitch. Many of you already know that about me. Pronouns are super important for myself, for you. It's important that we get it right every single time. If you ever make a mistake, I'll just politely correct you. And you should also be making sure that you use those correct pronouns.
For our student tracking system to change pronouns, preferred pronouns and preferred names. And that's exactly what we do. So if a student would like to change their pronouns, we can do that for them in our system.
Were those the right clips? After Trudeau's recent disappointing trip to India, capped off by being stranded with a broken plane, tensions have been rising between India and Canada, and only made worse by Trudeau's recent accusation of the Indian government being implicated in the murder of a Canadian on Canadian soil. Without presenting any evidence, Trudeau promptly expelled an Indian diplomat, and they were quick to respond in kind. Also, they stopped visa processing services in Canada and issued a travel advisory to their own citizens, warning them to exercise the utmost caution while traveling in Canada. Well, they should be fine as long as they're not a conservative peacefully protesting. That can be kind of risky. Also, I can't help but notice how quickly the Indian diplomat was expelled. It's almost as though there's some motive not to move quickly against Chinese violations of our sovereignty. Wonder what that could be. Well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching Go FU News. And remember, if you think kids who are too young to drink, smoke, get tattoos, join the army, or watch an R-rated movie are also too young to choose their own gender, well, you're a hateful far-right extremist. Good night.